Heyo. How's everybody doing today? Let's turn that down just a little bit. Just a little bit. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? You guys grab your seats. We're gonna go over some crashes today. We have, what do we got? What do we got? We got the plan method, and we're gonna talk about helmets today. Woo-wee. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice day. We're gonna learn a little bit. Been working on some basic Smart Rider stuff today and this week. How's everybody's week been? We're back at it every Thursday around 10, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It all depends on how the morning goes. The morning went pretty good. Stella, my dog, she's been limping a little bit, though. Her left hind leg, it's been acting up. She's 10 years old almost, so we're taking it easy. From Poland. Oh, snap. I see some people from Romania, the UK. Is everybody here from like out of the country? How you doing, Nathan? I'm glad I could help you out. Elad, how you doing? Harry, how you doing? Tony, how you doing? Reese, how you doing? Guys, you know how it works. Let's get to 100 likes and we'll get started. We do have this MotoStars video. Now, some of these are... Oh, I was gonna say some of these are pretty old. That guy's gonna have a wild time. Estonian, you're Estonian, okay. Northern Ireland, Italian, UK, Portugal, El Salvador. Oh, very nice. Canada. How you doing? Totally not a noob. How you been? Washington State. Is anybody here watching while you're at work? Usually these live streams go about 2 hours. They go about for 2 hours. Hey, Hawaii, nice. Go about for 2 hours and kind of just hanging out. We got 2 after action reviews, 2 demos. Like I said, we're going to talk about the plan method and go for a ride and go, the plan method. And then we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about helmets. Yeah. Alabama is that far enough out of that? That's close. Work from home, Jonathan. Nice. Yeah, today I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's been an interesting 3 months. Taking time off. Very interesting 3 months. You know, like what we do here in the beginning of class, we're just kind of hanging out. We're waiting for those 100 likes, 100 people sign into class, and then we're gonna get started. But yeah, like I've been like redoing and rethinking about what I want to do here, motorcycle training concepts and all that stuff. I mentioned, I think like in July of last year, something like that. I said I was gonna retire DanDanTheFireman. I don't know if you guys remember that. I still like I feel that. I feel it. And I think I was just being burnt out, and I chose DanDanTheFireman, the one that was taking basically the brunt of the mental energy. And I was like, let's just get rid of the biggest thing on the plate. And what I realized in these last 3 months is like, let's just start chopping away the fat. Let's start chopping away the little things. And that's what I've been doing. Just boom, 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 chopping away the little things. And it's like, what's left really is DanDanTheFireman and motorcycle training concepts. But, like, you know, the station here, I love it here. I love what we have going on here. The goal is to hopefully, like move to a different spot, but we'll see. But no, I don't think I'm gonna retire. I did some soul searching on that. I don't think I'm gonna retire it. I think I'm gonna keep going. I think I have some new ideas now. I think I was just being stuck, and yeah. So motorcycle training concepts is the training that we do. So like that's just like, hey, we're gonna do training. Boom, boom. DanDanTheFireman is gonna be more of the community aspect, and that's something I was missing is the community stuff. So the goal, maybe not this year. I really want to. A year's a long time. I really want to get through this book that I'm writing, but I really want to start exploring the idea of traveling a little bit more. Maybe doing some meetups, just some small meetups. Kind of head into like some events, be like, hey, I'll be here. Mainly things that I want to do. And then you guys can just show up and if you want. But local stuff, I would love to do some local stuff. Maybe some stuff in Phoenix. Got to figure that out. Anyone can join. Stuff that anyone can join. You don't have to ride. I would love to travel overseas, man. I would love to. I would love to. I just, I don't know. Let's get to 100 likes, guys, and we'll get started. But yeah, a lot of that stuff kind of been opening my eyes. You know, I went through, yeah, it's kind of like what we're doing. We're just sharing here. I went through the divorce and everything that finalized April of last year, but you know, it was ongoing from March 2022 to April 23. So about a little over a year of dealing with that, and now I'm kind of like on the other side of it. So April will be 1 year completely, just kind of like being single for the most part, and just it's gonna be interesting. Like now I get to finally like venture out and see where I want to live and what I want to do, and yeah. Hey, how you doing, Reese? How you doing, Reese? And so, yeah, I'm just kind of having a good time. Yeah, solar. Yeah, I think it depends on the circumstances. So, lots of grief. Because like I had stepkids for 7.5 years, so no longer a stepfather. That's a lot of unpacking that I did the last 3 months. Christmas sucked. Just being open with you guys, but it's also opened my eyes. Like once I process a lot of that, it's like, what do I want to do? And that's why I was saying trim the fat, right? Like trim the fat and everything. So, like, what do I want to do? Like I started really dialing down because I have the basic Smart Rider course on motorcycle training concepts, the MTC Rider Academy, and I really want to like dial it down because it's like about 4 hours worth of stuff that you got to do, just videos and then like reading. So it's like I really want to knock it down to 2 hours complete, just complete, like even reading, all that stuff, like 2 hours max to from where you literally like first step on a bike, you understand the gear, riding scenarios, rescue, and within it there's the teaching and mentoring. But like I've been creating new things, like, you know, rescue is an acronym, plan method is an acronym. You know, I've been working, I mean, MTC awareness stages is kind of like it's not an acronym, but it helps you remember. But then I got the safety acronym, SAFE, and then -T, and that's going to be the pre-ride check. Squad riding, that's another acronym. Like I've been coming up with new things so that at the end of the day, and I know a lot of people are, oh, look at these acronyms. At the end of the day, it's like rescue. Like if you can remember rescue, remain calm, ensure your own safety, stop major bleeds, and quickly assess severity. That's all you have to do on a crash, right? Plan method. Position for safety, locate hazardous situations, assess relevant threats, navigate active threats. Like that's like the method of riding. Now within it, you know, position for safety, position for safety, you know, making sure you have good line of sight, good space cushion, and at least one escape route. It's so easy to kind of like remember that, especially if you keep going. Or you could just be like, well, what do I do in this situation? Well, I don't know. Every situation is different. How about you position for safety? Start locating. You know, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like simplify a lot of this stuff. And oh, I just see some Tony. No, I'm not a firefighter. I haven't been one since 2018. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Keeping my head up and everything. It's tough, but I'll figure it out. Trip to Phoenix, totally noob, nice. Well, might as well just read some of these chats. Let's go ahead and read some of these. 2 kids, take your time processing. Sucks, man. I won't sugarcoat it, but yeah, it's Dr. Dude. It's lots of journaling. I have therapy every month. I've stuck with that for 6 years now. 6 years? 5 years now. Consistent. Yeah, it's January. That's when I started. January 2018. 6 years. I've been going to therapy 6 years, at least once every month. There's been times where I did 2 every month for like 8 months. Someone do the math. How many sessions? Because I know how much I paid for each session. I wonder how much money I've spent. Well worth it. Well worth it. Well worth it. Love having an objective, no bullshit, empathetic at the same time, voice of reason. Highly recommend it. Yeah, so I have the tools, I have everything. Sometimes it sucks, you know. Sometimes there's gonna be like a whole bottle of wine type thing. But it's good. I'm pretty proud of myself of how I've acted and how I've reacted and how I've handled these situations. And then the times where it's like, oof, could have done a little bit better there. I've forgiven myself for those situations too. So gratitude work. So guys, remember what we do here. It's not just motorcycle riding. Okay, we're building a community here. It's based off of teaching and mentoring, personal growth. Because when you learn how to ride a motorcycle, it's a great allegory or whatever tool you want to use for personal growth, right? And so like you start riding and you have no idea what to do. It's a big leap, right? You're just like, man, I don't know if I could do this. Like there's so many different parts to this motorcycle. What do I do? What do I do? When you learn, it's just a simple step at a time. Friction zone, throttle, a little bit of shifting, maybe turning the handlebars. Before you know it, you're so far along the path. And that's the same thing for personal growth. Take it. Yeah, it's tough. You want to start journaling? I don't know, just write down the date. Write down one thought. And then like 6 months later, you're writing like half a page every day almost. So it's insane. Yeah, Dr. Dude, that's I feel that right now. I'm working on the friends, right? Because a lot of it was kind of drilled out of me during the marriage. The new girls every now and then, yeah. I'm still like, maybe I'll wait a little bit. Who knows? But yeah, born again. Yeah, new insights. Handling situations on your own. It's great. Yeah, I've been meeting some new people. Going back to church. I think on the 21st. So in 10 days, I got like this little thing I'm gonna do. Haven't been to church in 10 plus years. Was married for 19, divorced and single for 10. Now remarried, and she rides with me with an awesome journey. Never thought I would marry again, but bam. Glenn, I'm happy for you, man. That's great. It's great. Love seeing other people's experiences with that kind of stuff. And because, you know, some days it's like what now? But it's great, man. Yeah, it's great being able to just talk to somebody. How you doing, Heisman 360? Welcome back with the gray beard now. Woo-wee. Yeah, hit that like button, guys, once we hit 100. But I'm just sharing this stuff. We do have a Discord server. I'm going to try to be more into that because I remember when I was going through some tough stuff back in the day. I remember I think I looked at my Discord username, and it's like I joined like February 2017, created the server in 2018. And February 2018, and we were just talking about when I started doing therapy in January 2018. I think I know I created the server, and the first one was like general chat and mental health. And so, yeah, maybe I need to get back into it more consistently and start chatting with everybody there, kind of like seeing what the culture is, because I've been gone for like basically 2-3 years now with the Discord. So I'm gonna see what the culture is, kind of bring it back up. I'm probably gonna cancel my newsletter just because it's so much work. I'll probably just bring the newsletter into the Discord. That's not a bad idea. And then, just focus on a few things. The Riding Smart here that we got, and then I got the Basic Smart Rider course on the MTC Rider Academy that I'm still updating consistently. And then, my goal is to just, be more creative, have a little bit more fun. It's been cold lately, so I haven't been riding a lot. But I've been creating like new things like the Smart Rider games and a few other things. So, yeah. New rider and love listening to you. If you don't mind, I have a question. What is a good beginner bike to get? I was looking at the Kawasaki Ninja 400. Ninja 400 is a good bike. Anything below 500 is good in my eyes. I love the Rebel 500. You can't go wrong with the Ninja 400. All right, 76 likes, guys. Let's go ahead and get to 100, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna start. Like I said, we got this. Woo-wee. But yeah, we got What do we got today? We got the plan method and helmets. So you guys know how we do this. We go over some crashes. We got a demo of the plan method, and then we're gonna go over some more crashes, and then we're gonna have a little demo of helmets and what to get. Yeah, I'll be trying out church again. We'll see how that goes. See what kind of people. So I left originally like 10 plus years ago because the people I was surrounded myself at church, I was like, no, I don't think we're encapsulating the values of what we should be doing. And then I just kind of been turned off of it. And so now I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. They get mad at cars when it's clear their fault. Yeah. My goal is to start branching out a little bit more. I would love to do collaborations. But I think the best way I could do collaboration would be to do a podcast. Something like that. I think a podcast would be good. What am I looking for? I am looking for, there you go, brainstorming folder. Smart Rider Strategy Guide. Okay, so 1, 2. There we go. 92 likes, guys. How you doing, Sergio? You could probably do that, Liba. You could probably do that. Remember, it's just throttle control and friction zone. Understanding the basic dynamics of a bike, pretty important. Let me go ahead and take a quick little live. I'm going to share this with Instagram. We're going to get started. I see that we have 100 likes. We're going to get started. All right. Go ahead and get the... Remember, it's just me. It's just me. Anybody here follow me on Instagram? I'm just curious. Just curious. All right, so let's see. Do I got my pen? Got my pen. Blade of War. Yeah, I remember you. All right, guys. So you guys know how we do this. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back. There we go. Let's make sure we have the plan method set up for the next lesson. Perfect. And then we have... All right. So you guys know how we do this. We record these, and then we're going to send them out on the weekend for those that have missed this. It's very important. I'm going to try something new this weekend, I think. I'm going to... Let's not do ads. Let's pause these display ads. They changed something with YouTube where ads play now. So what we're going to do is we're going to record and we're going to put these on the weekend. But like I said, I'm going to try something a little bit different here. I want to include maybe like half of a typical thing. I'm going to try it out. And we're going to include the plan method and then helmets today. Or not today, this weekend. So it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to try it out. We'll see how it goes, but we're going to just hit record and we're going to get going and get through it. Okay, guys? So first and foremost, thank you guys for being here. We're going to be talking about some crashes and close calls. The goal is to figure out what happened, how it happened. We'll just talk about it. All right, everybody, we're going to be talking about some of these crashes and close calls from MotoStars. The goal is to figure out what happened, how it happened, what we can do differently ourselves, and then we're going to get on the bike and talk about the plan method. Ooh, wait until last second. That's fine. Zipper merging.
So check this out and
just watch out behind you. There it is. Because people don't pay attention. So when we talk about planning our ride, it's positioning for safety. Get off to the side just a little bit. We'll talk about that when I get on the bike a little bit later. But you see how we're like right in the middle. Let's go ahead and get out of there. Right in the middle. So what I like to do is position myself. Let's get my pen out. A little bit off to the sides. Okay. And I get it. You know, somebody's like in a car. They might come up here and get side by side with you. That's fine. That's fine, because if anybody gets hit, it's going to be them, because their rear bumper's back there. They're going to get hit by somebody else. We're kind of protected a little bit. So if they get hit and like they get moved up a little bit, just go ahead and accelerate just a little bit and get yourself out of there, and that's your escape path. But being right in the middle, not only you're going to be next to oil, road debris, and whatnot, there's a good chance that you might get hit. They're supposed to be paying attention. But they don't. And there's the impact. So another thing that we can do is wear protective gear. So in your motorcycle jacket, make sure you have CE level 2 armor in the back. I like D30 armor. It's that orange stuff. It's non-Newtonian fluids. So it's like malleable, but once you give it some impact, it hardens up. Guys, stop thinking like that. Okay, truck suddenly changed lane. Okay, we're lane filtering, or sorry, we're lane splitting. How did we not get seen? I mean, we're wearing high vis, right? We're wearing high vis. So this is one of the hazards. Just take a look at this. When we talk about positioning for safety, locating hazards, assessing, and navigating, like I said, we're going to be on the bike. Right here, we have no escape routes to the left or to the right. So when we position for safety, that's what we're looking for, is escape routes, line of sight, and space cushion. So our line of sight is really good. That's a great thing about this position. You can see really far in between vehicles. Vehicles are not obstructing you, but your escape paths suck. They are terrible. No es buenos. I think that's how you say it. But our space cushion is pretty good. So we have a couple things. So the only thing we can really do is accelerate out of here or brake. It's not a position I like to be in all the time, but it can be beneficial, especially at stoplights. That's what we use it for here in Arizona. Now, one thing you can look out for is patterns. Our body and our mind are really good at pattern recognition. It's much easier than trying to read all this, or you can just find a pattern like green or an open lane pattern right here. And that's what we see right here is an open lane pattern. And so what that means is that we have a big open lane, or at least enough for a vehicle to get in. We have slow vehicles up ahead. Okay, so remember, we have to look for that, right? And then we have a vehicle that possibly can get in there. So if there's a possibility of something happening, we're locating that hazardous situation. Assessing if it's real to us, though, that's a little bit different. But the reason why we need to locate and assess is that we go into orange stage. We're prepped and ready. We are kind of on high alert, covering our brakes, especially when we're lane filtering and lane splitting, making sure that we can swerve and whatnot. And if something does happen, let's bring that back up. We have to navigate and act a threat, which is going to be action time. We got to do something. Brown stage, it's a panic. And hopefully it's just going to be a learning lesson. So it's a panic. You didn't do the right thing. It's just a learning lesson. It'll show you what we need to train for. So when we're watching a lot of these after action reviews, there's a lot of brown stages. There's just a lot of things that weren't done right. Rider error. And so we're trying to learn from that. So when we see this open lane pattern, be careful. You might have to swerve, but he did great with the braking. A little bit of a swerve, but got very lucky. And if you notice high-vis gear, sometimes it doesn't matter. Inattentional blindness. People just don't see us. They just don't see us. So be careful.
Just minding my own business way.
Yep. Okay. Nice helmet. I love it. He's got the quad lock with the vibration dampener on it. Oh! Okay, it seems like everybody should be okay in that situation. Maybe some whiplash, but imagine getting hit by that vehicle. So when we talk about rescuing people, remain calm, ensure your own safety. Did great job here. I'd be looking behind me too. I'd be looking behind me. And just for a little bit of practice in this situation, get your rescue pack out, go over there and see if you can do an assessment. I think that'd be kind of fun. Everyone seemed to be fine on that one. Jared Allen. There we go. Mountains. What kind of situations do we have here? We got road debris possibly. Okay, made it off road. And just a little bit of a gravity attack at the end. Not a big deal. What do you think caused that situation for this rider? Is that the same one? No. Salty Snacks is the next one. So we're going through here. Remember, planning our ride, position for safety, locating. I think mountains are hazardous situations just because, I mean, look, line of sight issues, remember? Can't see past this. You don't know what's around that corner. So when we position for safety, great position. Gives us the best visual view that we possibly can. I'm looking at this corner here, then I'm looking kind of like if there's debris here, then I'm looking back at the corner, looking at debris here. I'm using my target fixation as far as I can into the corner. Target fixation isn't a problem. It's a tool. Target fixation, if you're looking over here, is bad. Target fixation looking at where you want to go is good. So target fixate on where you want to go. But yeah, I think it's an orange stage because you don't know what's around the corner. There could be road debris here. There could be ice. There could be a deer. There could be rocks. There could be whatever. So covering those brakes, doing some trail braking, slowing it down or going a little bit, just going the speed limit, to be quite honest. Just go the speed limit. You don't need to go under. Great job with the braking so you didn't slam into the side of the wall into that rock over there. So overall, good. So this was a brown stage. We panicked a little bit, right? What kind of training should we be implementing for ourselves if this happened to us? Okay, think about that right in the comments. All right, Salty Snacks. Look at the road surface.
That he was very surprised by the negative comeback.
Forgot Motostar's talks.
Failed to properly handle the turn. Fortunately, thanks to having the right gear, he was completely unhurt.
Okay. Oh, kind of the same thing, right? Kind of the same thing. What happened in this situation? So it looks like it's motorcycle pants. I see armor. Nobody has giant knees like that unless you have bursitis. The jacket looks... Yeah, jacket looks like a motorcycle jacket, gloves. So part of being a smart rider, right, is acquire and use personal protective equipment. We might have failed here, maintaining our fundamental skills and everything, but let's bring that back up. Maybe failed here, but we have this, it'll protect us, and if we need to, we can rescue. And this video is teaching us. So complex made simple or possible. I love that. Can we write that down? Can we trademark that?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what we do here.
You're probably in this situation.
Oh, a little bit of a tank slapper. Tank slapper.
Yeah.
So we went up and over. It's a high side right there. A little bit of a high side. So having full gear, right?
Yep, that's
Very important.
You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Hopefully we don't get hurt. Reyes SR97. Okay. What could we have done differently here? Guys, what do you think is happening here? It's kind of what we talked about a little bit earlier. It's the open lane pattern. It's just that somebody's cutting in front. They don't like it because they want to have good line of sight. They moved over. We have an open lane over here. We could do the same thing. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. They just didn't look. The car driver didn't look. Daniel Webster. Here we go. Having some fun. Using a 360 camera. It's an old GoPro. Interesting. Got an old GoPro. Oh! Ooh. Ooh, a little bit of a low side. Okay, a little bit of a low side. Not fun. A little bit of a low side. Don't have the text for that one. He's got full gear. This must be an old video. Full gear, very good.
The driver
Helped him out.
to adequately communicate what he really means, so he decided to repeat his strange behavior several times.
Let's wear some gear, but gloves is good. Gloves is a good start. Helmet and gloves is a good start. Good position. Whoa. What are you doing there, buddy? You just like had to spit something out? Yeah, give yourself a good space cushion. This person must have been already short fused today. Exactly. Sometimes people can't handle their emotions. Their behaviors sneak out. Ooh, I would not want to be reversed into right there. Position yourself a little bit more kind of over here so you can kind of see past them. So if they do reverse into you, you can accelerate left if you needed to. It's hard to Flintstone it in reverse on a motorcycle, even though they got some Z125s and Groms or whatever those are. They're actually surprisingly pretty high up for a seat height. Honda Rebel's actually lower seat height. Yeah, not much you could do here, but I wanted to point out the good line of sight here. Well, except for the car door. Look at that line of sight. That's an amazing spot right there. That's an amazing position for safety. I'm telling you that right now. Look at this is why. I'll tell you why. We have great line of sight. We can see past the vehicle. We have a good space cushion. This is going to give us enough time to swerve if we need to, or emergency brake, especially at the speed we're going. I think it says 24, right? So we have line of sight, space cushion, and our escape route is also the line of sight, but we can also swerve this way. And with this space cushion right here, we can swerve onto the shoulder if we needed to. This gives us a lot of good options. The main one here that's going to help out is that vision. Because if you know what's going to happen before it happens, you're going to be able to do something about it, right? All right, we don't need to rewatch the whole thing, though. Let's get past that. All right, let's move on. Rambling Man, Moto, and Drone. Oh, don't hit him, don't hit him. Oh, what's that in the road? Road surface hazard. Great swerve. It's a tire. Great swerve. Found that escape path. This is a great plan video. I love it. How you doing, King? So we're coming up through here. He sees a road surface hazard coming up ahead right there. What do? We can swerve left. This car's already kind of doing it. What's our escape path? We need to figure out, like, what are we going to do, right? Swerves to the right. The other car swerves to the left. We have a nice shoulder here, and we're going to swerve back into our lane. I don't want to look at the tire. I want to look at the guy. Anyways, swerve back into our lane. Great job. Great emergency swerves. Great red stage situation right there. Eagle Eye Archery. Well, what do we got here? Terrible U-turn. Terrible U-turn. Make sure you're looking. Make sure you're looking. Motown motorcycle. Okay, watch out for the truck. Might want to come into our lane. Good space cushion up ahead. We have an escape path. Okay, accelerate, accelerate, accelerate. There you go. There you go. Stuff happens, guys. That was an open lane pattern. Yes, I spent way too much time alongside the truck. That's my fault. However, trucks have blind spot mirrors for a reason. Additionally, when Coach Free just apologized, he says yell at me through the windshield. Yeah, because he's probably a little child. In an adult brain. So what I like to do, this was great. This was great. What I like to do is that when this vehicle, if I'm in the same situation, which happens, right? And I'm sitting back here, even in my van or my motorcycle, if this vehicle, once they get past, and there's actually enough room behind the vehicle that's ahead of the SUV or the semi, I just accelerate hard into that spot that is ahead. It's like I wait for it to be way staggered, and then I take over that new staggered. That way, if anything happens and they do switch over, we're good. Plus, also when the truck driver sees the new car ahead, they're gonna move over. Anyways, it's a terrible situation. At the end of the day, what do we do, right? What do we do if we get stuck? If we get stuck here. Okay, always look for those escape paths. And these motorcyclists, guys, right there, right there. That's all you need. I like to ride and then play around a little bit. I don't know if you should do this, but I do it. And if any cops and you say you're just training, it's not dangerous riding, reckless riding. I like to pretend I'm on a balance beam sometimes on the line. Anybody else do that? Only on straightaways. So like on the interstate, and then maybe like a 45-mile road. Anybody else like pretend they're like on a balance beam? Just for a little bit, not for miles, maybe for like 20 seconds. Pretend you're on a balance beam. It's great for precision. But that reminds you is like if all you need is this much room for your motorcycle tires, imagine how much room you really have over here, right? Guys, like that's what I'm talking about. So practice, have some fun, switch over, you know, if you need to for that great escape path. Recognize these tires are crossing over onto your lane and get yourself out of there. Get yourself out of there. Here we go. Okay, we can move on. We don't need to watch all that. We're good. Oh, that's gonna be fun. All right, here we go. Brispy Cinnablunts. Brispy Cinnablunts. Okay, here we go. Brum, 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 brum.
Goddamn. That was heavy.
I missed it. I missed it because we got something in the chat. Moto Man with a $100 donation. Words cannot describe how informative your videos are. I was a first-time rider when I started watching your videos, and I continue to keep learning. Keep up the good work, man. Ride safe. I'm in Tucson, too, by the way. Oh, snap. Moto Matt. We should, I need to go to Gear Shifters and do, go to one of their bike nights. I think that'd be fun. Maybe we can all, like, meet up there. All right, let's go and watch this. Sorry, guys. I wasn't paying attention. So, doing some wheelies. And somehow a bike entered they didn't show that, what happened.
Goddamn.
But I'm assuming some loss of balance. Guys, remember, these people, they're able to balance a massive motorcycle. Thanks again, MotoMatt, for $100 donation. That's insane. They can balance a motorcycle on one tire, and in many different ways. And it's like that's pretty cool. You know, that takes some skill. It takes some skill, and they're constantly practicing. They're constantly. Oh, I know this area. Is this on the way to Carlsbad?
Adios. Oh no, not adios.
Yeah, Carlsbad Boulevard. They're going north.
Oh, what?
Oh, somebody got in trouble.
For what?
Somebody got in trouble. That sucks.
What? Bro, let him put his kickstand down at least.
Yeah, let him put his kickstand down.
Look at this. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what he did. He's not going to rat everybody else out. We can move on. And then somebody steals his bike. Anyways, all right, here we go.
Speed and the biker's braking was too panicky, causing him to straighten the bike.
Too panicky.
Him
Are we gonna fishtail? Nope. Oh, keep it up. Oh! Easily broken collarbone, so hopefully not. He's got some gear. It was on his leg, so this is why you get some motorcycle boots.
He got it.
Looks like he's got leathers underneath the hoodie. Maybe. All right, so too much speed. Oh, he's checking his phone. That's not going to be a good one. Too much speed says 70 kilometers an hour on that spot. What are we at?
Too much speed and the biker's braking was too panicky.
237? 231? No way. Right? Am I seeing this wrong? Am I seeing it right? Does that look like that's how fast we're going?
It was far too much speed and the biker's braking was too panicky, causing
We're supposed to be going
the
70.
bike throwing him out of the turn.
Yeah, kilometers. Yeah, his braking wasn't the greatest. But he kept himself alive by slowing down as best he can. He's just gonna have to buy a new bike. Woo-wee. That sucks. 147 miles per hour. 140 miles per. Yeah. Wow. Wow. All right, here we go. Don't get on your phone in the middle of a turn. Now you can get on your phone because it's a straightaway, right? All right, so watch out. We got some possible turns up ahead. Oh. Full gear, full gear, full gear. Don't go into oncoming traffic. There you go. Ride it out. Remain calm for your own safety. What do you guys think happened? Oh, I really want to get a camera. Oh, we broke the lens. I really want to get a camera set up that way so you guys can ride with me. So when I teach some stuff, you can see a different perspective. Because, gosh, I remember when I first started doing the handlebar cam with my Hero 1, and I had a Hero 2 on my chin. I got the idea from video game streaming when they had face cams. Because you get to see what they're doing playing video games, but then you could see their face same time. I was like, hey, why don't I do that? That was back in 2016. No, that was back in like 2013 I started doing that. What do you guys think happened here? Maybe a little, hit a little bump? Hit a little bump? A little bump? Caused some speed wobbles? Lost some traction. There's that. Road is wet. The way that's, Jay, the way you said it, the way I heard it, I guess, it's like, road is wet. Like you just, like you didn't even raise your hand. You just yelled out. You're like, road is wet. I don't know why I'm having fun with that. Anyways, let's go back to this.
On 60 kilometers per hour.
60 kilometers per hour. Okay.
Slight right curve.
Got a steering dampener. That's pretty good. Going through the turn.
Kasi ng kurbada. Clear yun
Ooh.
Walang masyadong dumi or...
I'll say the bike kept going around him. Interesting.
After a few meters, dun na nagkaroon ng...
Road is moist.
Napakadaming bato-bato. And buhangin.
No, it's just funny.
So basically, dumulas yung front
So
tire.
lost some traction, maybe some gravel on the road. Let's see.
Sumunod na rin yung rear
So
tire.
pass somebody.
So nag-slide, bumagsak yung
Got
bike
a cardo. Is that a cardo?
sa kanan and then nag-slide na
An
siya
edge?
punta dun sa
Ooh. This is a good example of helmet. Why you need a helmet. So gloves, same thing. Natural instinct to put the hand down. Okay. Could break some fingers. But look at this. Full face. That's why. That's why you wear a full face. I mean, my beard might protect me. Okay. I might just shave off a little. But the big problem here is that you're going to rip your face off. Okay.
tawag ko dun.
Wear a full face helmet.
Thankfully, walang nangyari sa akin minor.
Oh, you caught fire. Okay, okay. Always a Prius. So that was an open lane pattern too. Take a look at this. So they're supposed to stay in this lane, but their line is kind of stuck. You can see the brake lights. It's hard to see. In the intersections, like I said, this is when we locate hazard situations, but our lane is open. You can see it right there. So when you see that kind of stuff, just anticipate this is going to happen. Just anticipate it. Let them in. Get out of there. Hopefully the car's behind you. Like, do a full 360 situation awareness. What's the name of the company? Duffy's Taxi. Okay. Frequent stops. That makes sense. Oh, the music.
So this is where I filtered just slightly in front of the van.
Okay.
Oh dear. And then at some point he pulls it ensues. I
Clarity ensues. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Johannes. Oh, deer? Is there going to be a deer? Squirrel. Good job braking. You guys saw that, right? Little squirrel right there. Good job braking. Squirrels, though, if you have to, hit them. Don't swerve into a tree if you have to. They're tiny. Sucks. I wouldn't want to hit one. But good job on the braking. It's good braking practice. Just don't put yourself in a bad situation like, oh, no, I have to swerve out of the way. If I don't, I'm going to crash and die. And then you swerve and you hit a tree. It's like, no, squirrels. You'll feel it. Oh, he's going to go wide. They're talking to each other. Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. There you go. Handled it. All right. Time to pass. Driver speeds up. Ooh, I hate people that do that. I hate people that do. Ooh, what? Thought we were talking about the driver. So we got a deer. Oh. Good job with this. Oh, navigated that one. Did the deer, or did the car? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. All right, everybody, we're going to be talking about, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to be talking about the plan method. We're going to hop on the bike. We're going to be talking about the plan method, so make sure you guys stick around. Remember, we're positioning for safety. If you want to, go ahead and pause this so you can have this for yourself. We're locating hazardous situations, assessing relevant threats, and navigating active threats. The reason why the P is yellow is because we're in orange stage. I'm sorry, yellow stage, then orange, and then red if we have to. So let's go ahead and hop on the bike. Let's go ahead and show you guys in real time what that looks like, okay? All right, everybody, we're going to be talking about the plan method. It is based off the OODA loop, so observe, orient, decide, and act. Now, if you notice observe, orient is the second one, and that basically says where are you in space and time. Well, I like to put myself in a position for success when I do things. So on plan, it is position for safety, locate hazardous situations, assess relevant threats, and navigate active threats. We talked about the MTC awareness stages and how yellow stage gets you in that mindset of you're paying attention. Orange stage is intersections, looking for those hazards, and red stage is you are doing something. So if you notice for P, for position for safety, it's that yellow stage. When we're locating hazardous situations, it's because we're actively searching for those. We have an intersection coming up, I'm locating it. Now I got to get into orange stage. Assessing if anything's a threat, I'm in that paranoid mode where I'm trying to find those threats because humans are really good at finding problems, right? And then navigating a threat just in case somebody decides to do something that I don't like because I don't want to get hit. I'm going to go ahead and get myself out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and lane filter. This is definite orange stage. Arizona just passed the lane filtering law. Make sure I can make it through all here. There we go, there we go. And what we're gonna be doing is talking about the plan method. Position for safety. So here's the thing, when we are positioning for safety, there's a few principles involved with it. Now we're gonna keep building and building and building upon our motorcycle road strategy and situational awareness. And right here, this is the P, there's a few sections underneath it. So what we're looking for is great line of sight. So we wanna have great unobstructed vision of what's in front of us. We also are looking for a good space cushion. Right now I got a really good space cushion for the vehicles in front of me. This gives me plenty of total stopping distance. It gives me plenty of time to make decisions on swerving. We're in orange stage right now going through this intersection because we have a left turner right there. And I'm also looking for an escape path. I just want one, at minimum one. If I'm ever in a position where I don't have any, we're in a bad spot. And I did not position well for safety. So right here, I don't know if this guy's gonna turn left in front of me, so I'm gonna maintain a space cushion. It's not just what's in front of you, it's also around you. So, I have great line of sight, great escape paths, and I have a great space cushion. I can escape left or right, I have my own lane to escape into, and now it's not just for roadway users, this is also for any type of road surface hazards. Gravel in the middle of the road, you might have to reposition, right? Also, it could be for manhole covers, it could just be whatever, and you could utilize left, center, or right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you, one second, we got this guy right here. So right here, this is a terrible line of sight. I'm getting into a terrible position for safety because now my escape paths are getting worse and worse and worse, and my space cushion is worse. Now I'm gonna go over here, and I have a great line of sight, and I'm gonna go ahead and get myself up front. Oh, we gotta go ahead and adjust and get back in, that's part of the law. So right here, terrible space cushion, terrible position for safety. This is a terrible line of sight. I'm showing you guys exactly what it looks like. And right now, great line of sight. So it really is about positioning inside the lane, but I don't like the space cushion, so what I'm gonna do is roll off the throttle, allow them to maintain their speed, and they go ahead and move forward, and I have a better space cushion. So I still don't like this line of sight. I'm gonna go ahead and position myself over here and have better line of sight. So now I can make adjustments based off of the red truck versus the green car. I can have the same exact reaction time as the person in front of me versus me reacting off of the person in front of me. So I have a way better perception reaction time if I have great vision, okay? So always look for good vision, always look for a good space cushion, always look for that escape path. My escape path is over to the right if I need to, so it's like a nice little swerve, and now we're good. Okay guys, that's position for safety. Constantly practice it. We're gonna constantly be talking about it. Locating hazardous situations.
Now, when you're out in town, it's gonna be roadway users for the most part. You do have road surface hazards, you do have, you know, people pulling out, but the big thing here inside of a city or a town or anywhere with obvious traffic is gonna be intersections. Because remember, I'm gonna stay back in this lane. Remember, we're trying to find the hazardous situation, not hazardous people. So right here, I don't know if anybody's gonna be switching over because this is an open lane pattern. And that's another thing that we look for when we talk about our after action reviews of other people crashing is we tend to see this open lane pattern where our lane is quite open and their lane is stacked up. And when you're in a long line, you see a line open up, guess what? You're gonna wanna go into that shorter line. And that's what I just did, and that's what they might do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put myself in a better position for safety, which we just talked about. So, locating hazardous situations, intersections. Man, so many accidents happen in intersections, so many accidents happen in merging areas, so this was a hazardous situation if there were people. And intersections don't have to be lighted. They don't have to be lighted intersections. They don't have to have stop, like the green, yellow, and red. This is an intersection. It's a T intersection. This is also an intersection. People wanting to do a U-turn in front of you. This is also an intersection. There's no real lights. It's a pedestrian crossing, but it's an intersection. And so anybody can pull out in front of you. This guy can merge in front of me. So when we have locating hazardous situations, right now I'm doing good right here. I'm staggered with this vehicle, but let's get myself in their blind spot. This is a hazardous situation also. What I could do is roll off the throttle or accelerate and get in front of them. I'd prefer to roll off the throttle so I don't speed trying to save myself. Also, one thing that you guys don't really pay attention to, because it's usually external, the problems are external for you. Are you the hazardous situation? Are you putting yourself in a bad position? You could be doing that with your mindset. So think about that, So I'm gonna go ahead, instead of lane filtering here, I'm gonna position myself for safety because this is a hazardous situation because there's lots of traffic and it's an intersection. And right here, this is a good position for safety because if somebody, like this red truck behind me, decides to not stop, hopefully they hit the GMC and maybe just clip my leg versus getting me sandwiched. All right, guys, that's locating hazardous situations. You got plenty more. Write in the comments, what hazardous situations have you been a part of? All right, everybody, we're gonna be jumping into assessing relevant threats. Now, once again, this builds upon the plan method, position for safety, locate hazardous situations, assessing relevant threats, and navigating active threats. So we have to find out if there's a threat. Now, this is a hazardous situation coming up because we have an intersection right here. We got this person turning left. We don't know if anybody's coming out, but right here, person turning left. You hear about that. Is that a threat? No, that threat's not gonna be for me. I'm assessing if it is. Now, right here, is this a threat for me? Possibly, they could turn into me, but they're not crossing that line. But I want to be preventive. I'm going to roll off my throttle and stagger myself with them so I have a better position for safety. So you don't have to wait until there's a real threat. Like right here, we have a van about to come out. There they go. Are they a real threat to me? It's the side of the vehicle, right? No, they're in that lane. This guy might want to switch over. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and roll off my throttle. We need to understand that not everything is a threat, because if you get into the mindset of everything is a threat, you're going to be anxious whenever you get on the road. And a lot of you are not confident on the road because you're really anxious about every single thing. That's fine. Now let's go ahead and reduce from every single thing to maybe a couple things. And that's what we're trying to do. So gravel on the road, there's gravel right there. Not a threat to me because it's on the side of the road. I'm not going that way. If I was turning, then it goes into navigating active threats where I need to find a good position in the road to go around it. Now, anybody coming out? No. People behind me? Not a big deal. So it's not always going to be threatening for you. Now, if you're coming up to places like a corner, you need to assess if it's a relevant threat. If you can't see around the corner, you might have to make adjustments, but you're not navigating things. A lot of stuff in this world don't really pertain to you, and if it does, sometimes it's just about saying, oh, not a real big deal. And that's kind of hard to do, but that's part of planning your ride, position for safety, locating hazardous situations. Now, is there any threats in those situations? No, not really. Okay, moving on, back to yellow stage. If there is, we're gonna have to navigate those things. We're gonna be talking about navigating active threats, okay? So we talked about the MTC awareness stages: white, yellow, orange, red, brown. We just talked about the plan method when you're riding, position for safety, locating hazardous situations, assessing relevant threats, and now navigating active threats. So plan method and the awareness stages. Hey buddy, you're really bright. So the awareness stages is the mindset, the awareness in your mind. Planning is physicality and searching using your eyes. So think about that. You got physical movements, actionable steps with plan. The awareness stages is in the mind. It's to get you in the mindset. Now we're gonna go. So navigating active threats. Right now I'm coming up to an intersection. This is orange stage. I have no threats behind me. I don't know if they are. I'm assessing if this red truck is going to be a threat to me. Unsure, so I'm gonna go ahead and position myself for safety. And I'm still in orange stage, but if he decides to not freaking stop, I gotta navigate this because I went into red stage. I'm gonna accelerate into a lane filtering position, so hopefully he hits the Honda Accord and not me. So I position myself into an area where I have success if I needed to utilize acceleration as a tool to get out of here, and I was assessing at the same time if they were a threat. So we can't really show too much when it comes to the red stage and navigation of threats because I don't want to put myself in a bad position. So what we typically do is we watch Dan and the Fireman, we watch the main channel, we watch these people crash and have close calls, and we do an after action review. We figure out what they did, what they didn't do, what was successful, what was not successful, what they did versus what the car drivers or the external stuff happened, and we start to understand how things work. And for the most part, when it comes to navigating active threats, it really boils down to like 3 things that we can do. Okay, remember, we're on a motorcycle. We can't just jump over things. Maybe, who knows? The 3 things that we can do is emergency braking. So that's going to be emergency progressive braking. Hey, buddy, emergency progressive braking. What that is that you're going to squeeze that front brake harder and harder and harder, but smooth. And you start off slow, and you can get faster and faster and faster going into that. All right, I'm gonna make it through this yellow. It's not gonna be safe for me to not safe for me to stop. We got a side of the vehicle right here. Give myself a space cushion. Going to go ahead and present myself. The next thing we could do is swerve. If I had to, if somebody slammed the brakes right here and I just couldn't stop in time, I could swerve off to the right, swerve off to the left. Another thing that we can do in a red stage in navigation of an active threat is acceleration. A lot of people think all you can do is brake and swerve. You have another primary control of the throttle. You have a primary control of the front brake and rear brake. You have a primary control of the handlebars and steering. You also have a primary control of that acceleration, that throttle right there. So utilize it. So if somebody decides to pull out and I won't be able to stop in time, I'm going to swerve to the left and then accelerate to get myself out of there. As long as I have stuff in front of me that I can accelerate into. You know, not another car, right? Another road, something. And I'm gonna swerve back into my lane. So I'm paying attention here, going to go position myself for safety. I can see the brake lights up ahead. But that's what we're talking about here. It's all coming together. Put yourself in that mindset. We are orange stage right now. If we had to go into red stage, we are going to make sure that we swerve. We do something that's important to keep ourselves alive, okay? So practice this. This is a consistent, active thing that you're doing. Yellow, orange, orange, yellow, assessing, locating, maybe navigating, but position, locating, assessing. It is something that you need to practice over and over and over again. All right, guys, make sure you guys practice your awareness stages. Make sure you guys practice your plan method. You can drive doing your plan method. You can walk doing your plan method. But this is very...
What? I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done yet. We gotta work on those transitions. Let's go ahead and put that back up. How's everybody doing? Nice little ride out there. Come on, man. These rookies. Ooh-wee. We got another after action review to talk about. We got another crash video. Guys, by the way, the crash videos are linked in the description. The jacket's so nice. It is. It's expensive, but it's so nice. I'm wearing the pants. Got my gloves. Woo-wee. Man, let's get some music. Yeah, you can get a donut. Grab a donut. Gosh, a donut sounds good. I might have to get one. I've been getting donuts. I've been feeling it. Bacon pizza. Ooh, yes. I would love to have some pizza. You don't want to see the donut bill. But yeah, thank you guys for watching that. It was a little bit of a weird transition, but remember to plan your ride, position for safety, locate hazards, assess, and navigate. Talk about that at the MTC Rider Academy in depth. So make sure you check it out and practice your smart rider drills, guys. All right. So that was just me kind of doing the outro for that. I got to do some editing now because I screwed it all up. Some maple bar, Jolene. Woo-wee. Maple bar. Love me a maple bar. Especially, I don't know. I'll mix it up with chocolate. Remember, we got helmets after this. Let me go over here to studio mode. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go out of studio mode. Boom, boom. I've been riding for about a year or so. My last motorcycle was an Iron 883. Those are good bikes. I want to get a new ZX6R. I think I'm ready for it. Do you have any advice? It's going to be a different feel for the throttle, different feel for the clutch, different feel for shifting, but the principles apply. Okay, smooth throttle control. Find that friction zone when you first start it. Figure out when the brakes really kind of apply. Do all that work. Okay? Hey, how you doing, Alice Cooper? I'm not Tom Segura. Okay, this isn't your mom's house. But man, I would love to be on that show. Anyways, guys, we're gonna be talking about this. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. So we have another crazy and epic motorcycle moments 2023 you won't believe from MotoStars. We're trying to figure out what happened, how it happened, utilizing the plan method, MTC awareness stages,
guys, today
and some fundamental skills. All right, Little Red Riding Squid. Interesting. We're going 140 something.
Just to get the bike.
And I'm assuming that's miles per hour. I mean, I've never seen the GPS. It's a 65 mile an hour road. We're going 137. I mean, at what point does Google say, hey, this user is going a little crazy?
Bike under control.
Modular helmets are good. Make sure you wear it as a full face when you're riding. Ooh, a little bit of a speed wobble. Probably hit a bump. Probably hit a road surface hazard. Not good, guys. This is why you don't do that, okay? Ooh, that's a fun little road. Just be careful. You crashed for the first time in 20 years. Okay. Ooh, little chevrons. What do you think could have caused that? Ooh, it's a Ducati. What do you think would have caused that crash? And that's going to be an expensive fix. That's a beautiful looking road. We got chevrons indicating it's a sharp turn-ish, right? Sharp turn-ish. Probably dirt on the road. Because if he has the 20 years experience, right? 20 years sport bike riding and many track days. Okay. If he has that experience, he understands the bike pretty well. He understands what he can and can't do. So, I mean, if rider error, let's say rider error is out of the way, external stuff can be the problem, right? So once again, we're going through here. We're going to be in orange stage, prepped and ready. We're constantly scanning for road surface hazards. And even just the road surface could be terrible, right? Tires are not bald, hopefully not. So we start removing some of these factors of a crash. And typically when we see a low side like this, there's going to be like gravel. Look at the road, it looks terrible. Maybe some oil, possibly. Leaning the bike a little bit too far in that situation. But, sometimes stuff happens. I'm surprised if he's never crashed on the track or has never crashed before. I don't know. All right, so we're lane splitting. There's that open lane pattern. We talked about that. In the last video. Okay, so what is it that we're recognizing here with the open lane pattern? So we're going through here, lane splitting, and we have this big open spot. If somebody, these two vehicles, right, if these two vehicles want to switch over, they possibly can because they do have that space that they can do that. So this guy could have done it. This guy did it. So when we see something like this, we got to be very careful. Maybe roll off the throttle, covering the brakes, maybe even apply a little bit of brake pressure, maybe even move into the spot. Because if they start moving in, we're already over here, so we can accelerate and get ourselves out of here. We don't want to be super close to other people when it comes to that kind of stuff. So he recognized it, saw it, great escape path, did a great job, handled it. Move on. He's probably been doing this for a while. Wear full gear, though. You got a white t-shirt on.
Oh, you put a signal on!
Put
a signal!
You just can't expect other people to do things that you want. Okay? Expectations for others never work out. Set up the expectation for yourself. And he did a good job. So just be happy. Be proud of that. Be proud of that. Be grateful for that. Okay. Seemed eager to go faster than me, and I even gave him the lane. I guess he was testing my skills as a ride. Okay. So we're having some fun, going a little bit wide here. Oh! Oh, no. So he was in the mindset. So I was watching the guy in the Mustang when he got behind me. He seemed a bit eager to go faster than me. I even gave him the lane. So we're almost, from what I'm reading here, is that we were kind of pushed to go, our ego, or we weren't riding our own ride. Oof, not fun, not fun. Make sure you guys are riding your own ride. Let them be them, do their thing. 'Cause now we're going fast around this corner, and we went wide. And as soon as we hit this not as soon as, but as soon as we got into the turn lane, there's probably a lot of gravel in there. Low-sided, lost that rear tire. Oh, not good. And it's all because of the person behind us, guys. Let's make sure that we're riding our own ride, okay? Don't worry about them. If they want to pass, they want to pass. Get them out. It's fine. Let's see if we can get to 400 likes. Let's do that. We'll see if we can make that happen.
A bit more focus and attention, which the rider on the right lacked. Luckily, he manages to come out of it in one.
Line of sight. Okay, he's lane splitting. Okay, make sure he doesn't have a buddy behind him. Ooh, lost a lot of track.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, standing. Whoa, that was gonna be a rescue moment right there. That was gonna be a rescue moment right there.
It'll be a few days though, because my husband does all that and he's traveling. So.
I don't want to see it right away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After this, I probably might not even cut the traffic for a while.
You know what? I lane split a little bit right away, but that's why I'm always the slowest one. I get past every morning. Yeah. I'm okay.
There's no hurry.
Nope.
Right.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm there fast.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should. This is kind of the example of that right there. So, he's lane splitting. He's gonna have to try to make this gap. Ooh. He looks like he was applying the brakes, so he didn't want to make that gap. So he slammed on the brakes, maybe rear brake. Typical car drivers, especially when they get into motorcycles, they slam that rear brake because they're used to their right foot hitting the brake pedal in a car. So then they slam the rear brake on the motorcycle. That's only like 20% braking power. So once the weight transfers that front tire, the rear tire has no traction, so it's going to start sliding because it's not moving, right? Because you applied it and you probably locked it up. So that's why we apply a lot of the front brake. So when it comes to progressive braking, squeeze that front brake, and once you get a little bit of weight on that tire, squeeze more and more and more. Here we had an escape path. We could have made it if he just went for it, but yeah, overall terrible situation. Look how bad it could go on a simple little fender bender, right? And you go underneath the tire.
Oh my God!
So thankfully the semi truck didn't run him over. Yeah, he didn't seem confident enough. And as the rider that's recording this, we might have to rescue, but at the end of the day, if his head goes under that, there's nothing you're gonna be able to do. I mean, on the back of it, we're supposed to see head injury symptoms. He's not. It's gonna be a gruesome sight. It's gonna be a gruesome sight. He's extremely lucky to be even standing right there. He's oof. All right, Hans Solo. All right, getting through here. Okay, open lane. May want to change it. Okay. Oh!
Are you okay?
Line of sight issue. Can't see that white vehicle turning. That white vehicle turned in front of the Altima. So, I mean, like, they barely escaped that. Like, this is one of those situations where it happens even if you're in a car or not. Right? Looks like teenagers. Inexperienced drivers. Don't Google traumatic open book fracture. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey Siri, show me pictures of an open book fracture. Just kidding. Hopefully that didn't mess anybody up. Never assume drivers will see you. Exactly, they didn't see. So let's take a look at it. So we're coming into an intersection. We're going to be in orange stage, prepped and ready for things the best we possibly can. Right? Can't see because of line of sight issue. There's the white vehicle. Oof, nothing you could have done. There's no swerve to the left. There's no swerve to the right. This is why we wear gear as best we can, but we're not going to be able to protect our hips, the front part. We're hopefully protect our brain with the helmet. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing this guy could have done. Nothing. That's reality. And that's why we rescue people as best we can. That's why we rescue as best we can. Hopefully he's doing fine. Here we go. Hitting some back roads. Still gravel out. Friend hit some coming at a stop. Bike did not stop, but he took a tumble. All right. Crest of the hill. Can't see around it. What's around it? Hey, we got a turn coming up, so we should have slowed down. Oh, it's, yeah, an intersection. Slowed down. There's some gravel right there. Definite road. Terrible. Whoa! Ooh! Ooh!
Dude.
Ooh, rescue. Time to rescue. Oh, my. Oh, he's walking. Okay, good. That's a good assessment. Brain works, lungs works, heart works.
Anything, did you?
Muscles are still working, bones are still working, maybe some injuries. Oh, he's starting to limp now. So maybe we got some leg injury.
Oh.
Let's see if we can figure out mechanism injury on the way he hit. Let's bring that back up so you guys can see. Mechanism injury on the way he hit. So we got left side damage. Probably left leg hurts. Those clip-ons are done, so that bike's done. All right. Ooh, that's a good view. That's a beautiful look. It's pretty good. Let's take a look at this. Okay. There we go. Let's see if we can... Oof. So he tried to find an escape to the right. He was going way too fast. And you know why he went too fast? This right here. Accelerating. Looks like an open road, right? But then when you get to the top of the crest of the hill, oh crap. This is why having a Bluetooth system to talk to each other and say, hey, we have this coming up, or having your phone on GPS so you can see that there's an intersection there. But whoever's in front, be like, hey, slow down, slow down, slow down. We got an intersection. You can tell your buddy in the back. We have a link to Cardo's. That's what I use. I use Cardo Blue Pack Talk Edge for my helmets. Link in the description for discounts. I don't know what it's at right now. I think it's like 20, 25% maybe. Go ahead and grab one. Love mine. Amazing. It's an affiliate link. It helps out the channel if you want it. Let's take a look. When he hits this. Ooh-wee. So going a little too fast. Could have told your buddy to slow down, but, you know, it's also his responsibility. But, you know, we're watching this. So mechanism of injury here. Let's go ahead and take a look. So there's the impact. Are we going to flip? It's going to be a high side. So left leg, left shoulder, and then his head. Yeah, so that's probably where most of the damage is going to be. And if he's tumbling, because I can't see, but if he's tumbling, you're going to have it all over the place. But the biggest impact is going to be on that left side. And it's not to be like, okay, don't look at the right side. Look at the whole body. But you're probably going to recognize that there's going to be much more damage to the left side. And that's really helpful when, for EMS, it's like, okay, his left ribs are pretty damaged. Hopefully he doesn't have a lacerated liver. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's just a good gee-whiz information. What you want to do is stop any major bleeds. So pack the wound, direct pressure, tourniquet, whatever it is you can. At this point, I'd have him sit down. Just because you don't know if his blood pressure is going to bottom out, and then when your blood pressure bottoms out, your body does what it wants to do to stabilize it, is by knocking you out. So that now you're laying on the ground flat, so now your heart doesn't have to pump, vertically to your brain. It has to pump horizontally, so less pressure, right? It's trying to, so when somebody has low blood pressure, the body's just going to knock itself out. And you don't want that to happen here, because if he already has a head injury, or if he doesn't, and he gets knocked out because of blood pressure, boop. And you can get that from neurogenic shock. You can get that from internal bleeding, all that stuff. So musculoskeletal system, maybe a little bit damaged. That's pretty standard in a crash. The one thing you don't want to have is organ damage. That includes your brain. Take a look at this one. Looks like he's about to go wide. A little bit wide. Oh, wide because it was an escape. Good job with the escape. Didn't see that first time through. So he saw that. Good job with the escape path. Didn't panic. Some people slam the brakes and dump it. Went for the shoulder. Dude on a tractor. Where are we? Oh, I bet you this guy passed the dude on a tractor and was getting back in their lane on a corner. What an ass. All right. Here we go. Intersection, orange stage, prepped and ready for whatever it is what we need to do. We're going to be talking about helmets a little bit after this. Okay, so stay tuned after the crashes. We're going to talk about helmets. What kind of helmets? So we have some questions in the chat about modular helmets, and I go over that. Okay. They're supposed to be behind the white line where we're at. But some people are impatient. Let them go. Let him go. He's having a bad day. Probably, who knows? Might have to take a dump. And he's like one of those people that's like, I can't do it in the woods. I can't do it at the gas station. I gotta go home. I'm about to crap my pants. Whatever. Let him have it. Let him do it. Law of gross tonnage. They're gonna win. Now, if you want to be behind like this, that's fine. Go ahead and relax. Record it. Have some fun, but don't get next. Don't get next. Don't instigate. Don't antagonize. Because now we're going super fast, right? We could get those speed wobbles that we typically see. We could hit a road surface hazard. Car can pull out in front of us. Cops can pull us over. All because we ourselves got agitated.
Make a mistake, and given the difficult road.
Real quick, you guys see the lights on the car? Love this guy.
An unexpected situation on the road caused the biker to
letting us know.
Mistake, and given the difficult road conditions, he crossed a slippery painted line.
Oh, and he still crashed. Letting us know that there's gonna be a horse there, and we still crashed. Ah.
Go ahead, go.
Is it coming at him?
Yep.
Just wants to say hi. Just wants to say hi. Beautiful horse. Just wants to say hi.
Alright. Ho. You coming too fast. You coming too fast. Hello? Yes, man.
Interesting. Probably scared. Whoa! That's a dangerous situation right here. We're gonna do a U-turn and say something. Good job with the U-turn. What is that? Good job with the U-turn. But it's not something you want to do, okay? Okay, so we're going to go take a look at this. What I was saying is a bad situation because look, road's a little wet. We have somebody right in front of us, and we're next to tram rails. So what do you guys do? Write in the comments. How do you guys go over these? A little perpendicular as best you can. So great job with the U-turn. Went over 3 of them. That's how you go over them. We don't need to see people yelling at each other. We're good. 2 up. Here we go. I think I've seen this one before.
Whoa, watch out.
And I think he keeps it up.
Oh.
I think he keeps it up. Yeah. See a little bit dumping and diving.
Oh,
Thankfully, there's no fence that would knock him down.
bro, you just. I was, but I don't know how much I.
Yeah, it's real difficult to argue with somebody with logic when they're in an emotional state. It's almost impossible. You're very rarely gonna be like, and when I say argue, it's not yelling. It's gonna be very rare where you're gonna be like, you know, you cut me off. This is what happened. This is what I saw. That's illegal. We both know that. And they're like, you know what? You're right. Doesn't really happen. They're just gonna keep getting defensive and keep getting. They're gonna be argumentative in a nasty way, even though you're showing them facts and logic. They're showing you their emotion. So you have to kind of go at them with emotion, be like, you know, all right, yeah, you're angry. I get it. I would be angry too. Not a big deal. All right, see you later. And you walk off, and you know you already won that logical argument. Leave it at it. Just leave it. Just leave it.
This is fun. Yeah.
The problem with that, and I get it, okay, the problem with that is that they're going to walk away thinking that they won, and then their behavior is fine. No. I mean, yeah, they're going to do that, but here's the thing is that they're going to think their behavior is fine because a stranger did it. When somebody that they truly love and they continue doing that to someone they truly love and then they leave, that's when they're going to learn their lesson. Hopefully, right? Right? But they're not going to learn their lesson from a stranger. They have to learn their lesson from somebody that they actually care about, and they don't care about you. So there's no point.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, handled it.
That's why we watch.
Yep. All right. Michael motorcycle. Oh, a little bit kind of close to each other. Not a big deal, though. We're kind of stuck behind this truck.
A situation occurs in which the driver deliberately tries to ram one of the riders.
Okay, we're doing good. Good job with the slow speed. Slow speed turns. Hopefully nobody falls behind or falls down because they're at a weird angle. Good job. So when people say, hey, practice slow speed maneuvers, why? It's like, this is one of those situations that you might have to. You're probably only going 20, 25, but on the turns, you're going like 15, maybe 10. Peter, hey, Peter, thank you for the gifted membership. Gave Hog Rider BC a membership. Appreciate that. Like, this is not a big deal because, like, when I'm doing this is a great video. Like, I'm looking at the scenery, talking to my buddies on my Cardo Pack Talk, just kind of relaxing. Yeah, this person's behind, like, in front of us. They're slowing us down. My bike's getting a little hot. Whatever. We're relaxed. I mean, if the goal is to go fast in these mountains, I could see how that'd be frustrating. But my goal isn't that. The objective is to relax. Dude, like, that's kind of your fault. That's your fault, man. It's a small road. There's nothing you can do.
What's your problem, bro? You know this is California, right? Right?
What is that? What does California have to do with anything?
You know it's legal for motorcycles to pass, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, but it's...
You know that.
It's a small road. There's nothing you can do right now. Look how much space you got. The argument is that you can do it. Yeah, but now your buddies are behind you. You saw the guy with the big bike, right? Now you're stuck between two big vehicles that if something happens, you're sandwiched.
Excuse me, brother. Thank you.
Okay, maybe not anymore. But
hold my beer. Here.
Now he's got to wait for his buddies. All right. As long as we're getting electrolytes here. All right.
What are you doing?
We're doing the same thing. When I say we, I mean the motorcyclist. He's doing the same thing. Thought he could do it. That person could do it too. So when you're asking why, oh, it looks like a crossing. Whoa, you saw the bus? I don't think the bus recognized that this person stopped. Last second had to swerve, which is going to put us in a dangerous spot. John Mack. Okay, intersections, orange stage, we're prepped and ready for things. The side of the vehicle pattern right there. I thought this was like a helicopter for a little bit, but I recognize it's moving with us and it's on the windshield. But yeah, side of the vehicle pattern, it's moving. That means it's gonna be a path of travel violation. Right in the comments, if you start recognizing these sides of the vehicles and it's kind of see the hazard before it happens. Like right here, kind of see it, we're intersecting. They're gonna have to be in our lane. Why are we getting pissed? Just move over to the next lane, slow it down maybe so they can get in, whatever, not a big deal. Come on now. Let's not get too worried. Let's not freak out.
Use your eyes!
Yeah, we're going to use our eyes, but remember, guys, we're going to be talking about, let's go ahead and bring it up here. Let's make sure I have it. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do, we have helmets. We have helmets. We're going to be talking about helmets. That's the plan method. Let's not do the plan method. There we go. So we got helmets. We're going to be talking about helmets. We're going to be getting off into the studio real quick, and we're going to be talking about it. But remember, half helmets, not really the best. 3/4 helmets, they're going to cover some stuff, but still want to protect your face. Modular and full face helmets is where you want to go. So make sure you guys check that out. We're going to just jump right into it. Let's go ahead and see. All right, everybody, we're jumping into helmets. Okay, so we're going to talk about just the few kinds of helmets that are really out there, and then you can go ahead and choose your own designs. You could choose the visors. We're just going to briefly talk about that. I'm not here to help you pick out your stuff. I'm here to help you understand what it is that you're picking out. So right here, we got our little helmet slide right there, but basically we got a half helmet, 3/4 helmet, modular helmet, full face. Those are pretty much the standards here. I mean, unless you want to get the Predator helmet and all that stuff, I don't know what that is. But either way, what I'm not gonna do is buy a half helmet. So I don't recommend ever buying one, so I didn't buy one for this. Basically what a half helmet is this, okay? Take a look at what it's protecting. This is the half helmet. Where you see the skin is where it's not protecting. Okay, I can't protect my ears, I can't protect the base of my skull, I can't protect my beard, which is basically your jaw. You can't protect your airway, you can't protect anything in your face, you're gonna get bugs, so you do need to provide your own eye protection. You're basically wearing a hat, which I need to get some more hats. This is an old one. I absolutely love wearing hats. Anyways, don't recommend half helmets, don't even look at them. Okay? 3/4 helmets. I used to wear a 3/4 helmet, and I love 3/4 helmets just because they look cool. It's more retro, lots of fun, so if you're going into something like that, by all means go ahead. But what you're lacking on this is that frontal protection. You're not getting that chin bar, which is going to protect your airway, which a lot of impacts, most impacts happen on your face because we tend to fall forward, boom, right in our face, okay? Here we go, we got a 3/4 helmet. This is from Hedon. This is from the DGR, the 2022, which we're actually raising money for this year, and we're gonna be consistently raising money for the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. But this is a 3/4 helmet. As you can tell, it doesn't protect the face itself, okay? It's not gonna protect all that, but it looks amazing, it looks great. You can get visors, you can actually get face shields, so you can get protection for your face. But for the most part, it's not gonna be protective outside of the base of the skull and the top of the skull. So falling back, yeah, it'll protect you. Falling right on top of your head, maybe, but now you got some spinal issues. But your face is very, very important. Okay, so the next thing that we have is going to be a modular helmet. These are Voss helmets. Voss has been an affiliate for this, for Dan and the Fireman for a while. But that's not the whole point. The whole point here is that these are really inexpensive helmets and they have quite a bit of options. So what we have here though is a modular helmet. Okay, it looks like a full face, right? It's because it is in this configuration, but now we have a modular helmet. So you usually have like a little button right at the tippity top. I don't know if you guys can see that, little button right there. What that does is it opens it up for you. Okay, so right now it's a full face, it's locked into place. You lift it up and now it's a 3/4 helmet. As you can tell, it looks an awful lot like this. So it's a 3/4 helmet into a full face. Do not ride with it like this, okay? It's not recommended at all because now you're back to having a 3/4 helmet and then you also have wind pulling on your head causing some neck strain. And it's not gonna be good in a crash when this hits the ground first and it causes rotation of your neck. So when you're riding, keep it low, keep it down, ride like this. Now the great thing about a modular helmet though is that I know there's some of you that are claustrophobic when you have something around your face. When I started as a firefighter, the SCBA mask made me claustrophobic when I first started, got used to it. So it's one of those things where you'll get used to it with a full face. But in the meantime, you could get a modular helmet, you pop up at a stoplight, I'm feeling claustrophobic, pop it out, get some really good fresh air. And then once it turns or gets closer to turning green or you're feeling good, pop it back down. It's also really good when you're stopping at a gas station, pop it up, go inside the gas station, get yourself an energy drink or whatever it is that you want to do, make sure you hydrate. We talked about thermal regulation a little bit. Also, it's just for coaching. It's also nice to have so people can see your face and you can keep your helmet on so you can get back into drills. Highly recommend modular helmets if you're a first-time buyer. You can't really go wrong because now you get 2 helmets. That's 4. You get 2 helmets for the price of 1. And you just got a lot of options. And the cool thing about Voss is they do have their little system, the internal visor system. So you can actually have some stuff like that. Anyways, links in the description. No, this is the course. But yeah, we have links over at DanDanTheFireman YouTube if you really want to check it out. All right, so this is a full face helmet. Okay, this is the one I actually use when I'm riding right now. As you can tell, I got the Cardo Pack-Talk Edge on it. But this right here is one of my first Voss helmets right here. So what I wanted to show you with this is that you can change out the visors. So if you notice, this is a clear visor right here. And then right here we have a smoked visor. I don't know if you can barely see it. It's like sunglasses. Let's go ahead and bring that up. And right here we have a chromatic silver visor. So these things are pretty cool. So the one thing that you got to be paying attention to and watching out for is having a chromatic visor or a tinted visor like sunglasses and you're riding at night. Be very careful with that. It gets super dark, and I get it. You can pop your visor open and ride and you're fine, but now you're getting wind, you're getting debris in your eyes. It's not safe at all. So what I recommend when it comes to helmets, especially with the full face stuff, is I wear the clear visor on. And if you don't want to wear glasses, like I said, Voss has their own internal system, which are basically sunglasses. And so if you're out riding at night, you're good. If you're out riding in the day, keep this on, and now you have your sunglasses. Or just wear sunglasses. Okay, I wear sunglasses when I ride, and I wear the clear visor. That way, if I'm ever caught out at night, I can just take my sunglasses off, and I still have a clear visor. But I just wanted you to see what the chromatic visor looks like. I think they look amazing. They look cool. That's why I got it. I absolutely love the look of it. But for utility purposes, I actually prefer to just wear the clear visor. Okay, this is used. You can see it's a little dirty. It's a little gross, but it's used. So it's the same kind of concept. This is a full face helmet. This is a dual sport helmet. It has its nice little visor up here. Here's the face shield. I know I keep interchanging that. But right here is the visor. It's nice. I can look down and then block the sun while I'm looking through basically my eyebrows. So one thing that you do notice a little bit different on this one is that what is this like double paned window looking thing? Well, that's kind of what it is. It's the pin lock system, which some helmets, some face shields offer the pin lock system. And what it is that it's a nice little insert. In fact, let me go and grab one. Got a pin lock right here. So what it is a nice little system. Okay, it's a little bit difficult to see. It's a little bit yellow right there because you got to take off the film of it. What it does is that you insert it into the face shield. You can't really see much, but it's inserted into the face shield and it's creating a thermal barrier so that it prevents fog. Okay, so it's preventing fog from being built up in your view. So when you're out riding, if you ever notice that when you're breathing out of your nose, all of a sudden it fogs up just a little bit and you have to almost keep it cracked a little bit. If you have a pin lock system, you're not going to have to deal with that. It's going to prevent the fogging. It's going to prevent all that stuff. And it's very, very nice. I absolutely love it. I make sure I get helmets with the pin lock ability, the system ability. And you can tell because it's that little thing right there and right there. And that's where, when you insert it, it goes in. Shows you how to do it inside this. Fog resistant lens, very nice. Make sure you get it specific to the helmet. Pin lock makes it for a bunch of helmets. You don't want to just grab any pin lock. Get the pin lock specifically for your helmet. So, to recap, do not get a half helmet. Doesn't protect anything. If you get a 3/4 helmet, it protects at least the back of the skull. If you get a modular helmet, you basically get a 3/4 helmet and a full face helmet. Make sure you ride with it down in full face, but when you're stopped, go ahead and pop it up and enjoy yourself. Grab yourself a drink, eat, whatever it is. If you want to eat with your helmet on, I don't know. That's kind of cool, I guess. You can also get different types of face shields, chromatic, silver chromatic, all that stuff. You can get smoked, you can get yellow, you can get whatever, but I prefer clear because I wear sunglasses when I'm riding, and then when I get caught out at night, I just kind of pull off the sunglasses, and now I got a clear visor. Here's my helmet. I make sure I have a pin lock system inside to prevent the fogging. Got a chin mount and a Cardo. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I'm muted. Awesome. We're having we're getting back into it. Technical difficulties. So what I was trying to say was half helmets. They don't do a lot at all. They really don't do a lot. They don't do a lot. 3/4 helmets, they protect stuff, but they're not going to protect your face. You need to protect that airway just in case something happens. Modular helmets, keep them down. Full face helmets, not much you can, not much you can screw up. Not much you can screw up on that one. But this is all stuff from the MTC Rider Academy. Man, I got a lot to edit now. MTC Rider Academy, we're going to be adding some more stuff. I keep saying we. It's just kind of me. So I'm going to be adding some more stuff. I have a whole new idea for a book. I'm actually writing out the baseline and all the different chapters, and we're filling them all in. I say we. I'm filling them all in. And, yeah, I got a whole new system. I really want to make it to where you can actually learn everything you possibly can from what I can teach you within one weekend, and we're going to work on that. So, with that said, you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys later. So you guys know how it goes. I'm going to hit the stop recording button. That's over an hour. Woo-wee. So that was all for those people that can't watch this live. They're going to get the edited version. We're going to edit it down for them. But now we can kind of just hang out. I see some questions. Let's see. Anything about sizes, advices? So on RevZilla, let's go and just take a look. Let's go and do it. RevZilla. Because they basically have, yeah, I don't care. They basically have it set up to where I can, let's just pick this. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. So we got, what size should we get? So what size should we get for a helmet, right? Let's go and click view size chart. So this is how you typically do it. I like to go to RevZilla, but then I also like to go to the actual manufacturer and see what they say too, because sometimes it could be different. I don't know if RevZilla could copy and paste, and they might have screwed it up. But either way, what you want to do, I like to convert it to inches, but centimeters work great. It's pretty easy that way, a little bit closer to the actual thing. So what you do is you measure your head with a cloth measuring tape, and they make like, what was it, like for bodybuilding? The ones where you can just like push a button and it wraps around so that people can do it with one hand. And they can measure like their legs and arms. And I say that because I used to do that. But yeah, measure your head exactly where it is, and then get your head in centimeters, and that gives you the size that you want. Now, that's just size. And I see some people talking about head shape. It's really important. It's almost the most important thing. Well, I think they're both the same. But anyways, it's really important. So what is it? And I talk about this in the academy a little bit more. But typically, European and American are intermediate oval. So we're the intermediate helmet shape. Oh, they changed it. It's not intermediate oval anymore. It's just intermediate. So it's round, intermediate, and long oval. Interesting. So intermediate, okay? That's what we typically are. So you're going to find helmets that are that. Round helmet shapes, like typically Arai, and then Eastern, so like Japanese. Long oval shape, you guys are just aliens. But yeah, you want to check and see which one's what. So when you put on a helmet, let's say this is an intermediate oval shaped helmet. Let's say you're like a long oval head. Okay, you're a little bit weird. You're a long oval head, and you go to like Cycle Gear or someplace, and you try on a helmet. What you're going to do is you're going to find pressure on the front of your head and maybe on the back, but typically you're going to find a lot of pressure on the front, because that's where, when you put the helmet on, it's going to be pushing really hard there. It's going to be a little bit loose here, but pushing really hard here. That's not good. That's going to give you a headache. And so that's why you want to find an intermediate helmet for your intermediate head, long oval helmet for your long oval head. Same thing with round. So if you have a round head and you put on an intermediate helmet, what you're going to do is you're going to find some pressure on the sides. Okay, you're going to find some pressure on the sides of your head, and it's not going to seat very well. So that's just going to let you know. So if you try the way I like to do it, so all that stuff, that's all gee whiz information. The way I like to do it is, hey, is this an intermediate oval helmet? I'm going to put it on, and if it fits well and I don't get any headaches, I'm an intermediate oval head. And I already know that from trying on a bunch of different helmets. So what I would do, first find the helmet that you like, see what kind of shape it is, and they usually put this on the manufacturer's website too, and then see if they have your size. and then see what size you have to get to fit your head. Simple. Hopefully that makes sense. Tight enough that no one looks for it. And you're going to get chipmunk cheeks too. So it's okay to have like that. Now you don't want it all the times where you're biting your cheeks. Sometimes they get they offer different cheek inserts so they're not so crazy, but if it's a little bit pushing on your face, if it's a little bit push on your face, that's fine. Those pads will wear in and they'll be less. You just don't want it to be like this. That's no fun. That's no fun. That's no fun. You might have to get a new cheek pad. Cheek pads. Great question. Great question. Walk around the store with a helmet. You're looking at, yeah. Walk around with it. See how it feels. Shake your head a little bit. Yours has an air pump to push the cheeks. Interesting. Lorenzo, hopefully that helped. Do you ever cover other gear? Haven't found gloves I love yet. Yeah, we're gonna cover gloves next week. Are we? Let's see. I think we're gonna cover gloves next week, but I'll go ahead and let you know a little bit. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Gloves. Do fish face again. Only if you follow me on Instagram. Little fish face. All right. Let's bring that back. So gloves. So typically like short cuff, do I have, well, I guess we'll talk about all of it. So I'll just kind of riff on this. Yeah, there we go. I'll just riff on this. And so like there's short cuff. So that's like a short cuff and this is long cuff. You can read that yourself right now, but what I look for is reinforced stitching. I like to have leather. I like to have the knuckle protection, so you can see a little bit of knuckle protection here. And then here's some knuckle protection. In fact, here's my gloves. Let's just go ahead and do this. So this is the gloves. At least now I have a thing I can showcase. So I get knuckle protection. I like to have the perforated leather in my gloves because here in Arizona it gets hot, so perforated leather. I do like leather over textiles, but I mean, they're both great. I like textiles too. We have some protection here, but what I'm looking for is that reinforced stitching and some reinforcements. You see how there's extra pieces of leather stitch on top. And you can see how there's two stitch lines. So instead of just one pass through, there's two of them. So if like those starting to rip, you'll have reinforced stitching. I like to have a Velcro clasp, but I've had zippers before. You want to make sure that they're not super duper tight. If it's leather, they'll wear in a little bit, but you don't want them super duper tight, and you also don't want them super loose because you want your fingers to get to the ends. And if it's super tight, you're going to have problem with dexterity, and if it's super loose, you're just going to have floppy fingertips, and that's not fun. Because if you're reaching for something like the front brake, and it flips off, that's not good. I also look for the touchscreen capabilities, the TFT capabilities. Not necessarily because I'm on my phone the whole time. It does help when I'm changing like the song or if I need to pull over and not take my gloves off and I can change GPS and whatnot. But also for your screen on the motorcycle. So having that's really good. So yeah, I like to have that. But yeah, this is a short cuff. But long cuff would be great for winter, and then also just offers more protection, just more protection. It's super difficult to find the head shape of a helmet. Yeah. We're talking about pants. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to wait for that one, but we do have. Let's go ahead and swap it. So pants and jackets and pants. This is all on the MTC Rider Academy. You get this part of the basic Smart Rider course. I go in depth on this. So leather, textiles, and armor. Very important. Very important. So check it out. Links in the description for the MTC Rider Academy. It's $120 a year, and we're gonna be updating it. You get the downloadable version of all the books. So you get downloadable version of this, the phone-friendly version, the rescue booklet. So you get to download all those things. I think that's like $50+ right there just to get that. No, is it? No, if you got the physical version. So it's probably $30 just there. The course itself. Yeah. And then you're subscribed for the year. And when I put out the next course, you get that for free too. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get going. I'm going to go ahead and start working on these videos for you guys for Saturday, Sunday. I got to do some editing because the transitions weren't very good. But with that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe. I'll be watching Dr. Disrespect tomorrow, but yeah, I got some editing and writing to do.